guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd film a 10 facts about me tag just so you can get a better idea of the things I like and what sort of person I am. So we're going to jump straight into the video, so here we go. So number one, I put down that I love eating. Now this was quite a narrow phrase, and obviously everybody loves eating, at least something, but I wrote this down because I had quite an issue the past, I would say 2 years, with my weight and with gaining weight. So basically around 3 years ago, I would say now, I started losing a lot of weight, and I lost around 5 stone altogether, which was brilliant, and I was really happy with my results to start with. And then I don't really know what changed. I think I got a little bit older and I kind of realised that it doesn't really matter what size you are as long as inside you're happy. And I was probably around a size 4 to 6 in English clothing, so around a I'm not sure, but in America like a size 0 to size 2 maybe, I'm not sure, not really sure the size differences, but I was very small and I lost my boobs, I lost my bum, and I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt so unconfident, and my self-esteem went down really, really low, and I just didn't really feel very womanly being really little. So that's the reason that I put it down there, was because I eat a lot, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. I still don't seem to be putting any weight on, which for me is just annoying. So I put down the 3 main foods I love. So my first I love is pasta. Pasta's definitely one of my favourite meals. I could eat anything with pasta, and I could eat it every day. Cheese, there's nothing better than just a slice of strong cheese. I just love cheese. Mostly cheddar cheese. I'm not so keen on like all the other like brie and all that kind of thing. I'm not so keen on, but most of the time I'm pretty open. And then obviously chocolate. I love chocolate, and I do eat quite a lot of chocolate. But yeah, I eat most things, and the only one thing that I don't like is mushrooms, and basically everything else I'll eat, near enough. So number 2 is I put that I am an extremely chilled out, quiet person, and what I mean by that is I don't like loud noise. I like everything to be quite subtle and quite low. I like the telly on low, I like music on low. I think there's better sound than noise. I like just laying on the sofa and listening to like the birds and things outside, so it's that kind of thing, and I just really enjoy doing that. And ask anybody who knows me, I hate shouting, fighting and that kind of thing. It's just not me. So yeah, I'm a very quiet person, but I don't mean like shy. I like things to be really quiet, and I don't like too much noise. Number 3, my dream job. Now, recently have started a new job, and I'm working at a cleaning company now where I live, and I am really enjoying it, and I will stay for a while. But still to this day, my dream job is to be a midwife. I dream of being a midwife. I long to be a midwife, and I definitely one day will be. I'm still very young, and I don't really want to rush into that, because I see myself as being a midwife after I've had my children, and kind of I'm sort of 30, 40 odd, and I'm sort of settling down a little bit more, ready to get on with my life instead of having children afterwards, because I think that way I probably won't end up having any. I don't know though. Number 4 is, now this is probably really my number 1 fact about me, is I would absolutely love to basically travel the world in a van. I'd love to live in a van with the dog and my husband, but obviously it's not that easy, and we have been in this house now for around 4 years, so you can only imagine the amount of things that we own. But the idea of just selling everything, taking a couple of bags with us and living in a van and travelling nothing would make me happier. Basically, nothing would ever fulfill my heart as much as that. And one day, I also think travelling with a baby would be really nice. Like, I'd love to find out I was pregnant, make sure that everything was like healthy and good, and then start travelling so that the baby can be born while travelling. I think that'd be really cool, but also a hell of a lot of work as well. But yeah, I'd love to live in a van, or at least just travel around England really a little bit. I'd love to go to like India and Africa. I'd love to go to like Bali, and I'd like to go to like the Philippines and things. So many like more small rustic rural areas I would love to go. So yeah. Number 5, this is probably one of the most obvious ones, but I have a dog. You basically see her in every video. She appears somewhere behind me most of the time. So I have a dog. We'll put her in the view while we're talking about her. So she is a American Bulldog. She is 3. She will be 4 on Saturday. Her birthday is the 5th of May. So it's her birthday on Saturday. And basically we bought her, we kind of got her on a little bit of a whim. So one evening my mum was on her phone just flicking through Facebook, and she saw an ad for a puppy for sale. I believe she was £400, and my mum was just like, you know what, we need it, we've got to get it. Bearing in mind they already have a French Bull Mastiff. If you don't know what a French Bull Mastiff looks like, put in Turner and Hooch in Google, and the dog from Turner and Hooch is the dog that she already has. And then she wanted a puppy. Now when Bonnie was a puppy and we got her, she was I think 6 weeks old, and she was tiny. She was a tiny, just fat ball. She was literally just chub and hair and fur, and she didn't really know anything. Obviously, she's a puppy. And basically a lot happened in the 2 days that she lived with my mum and me at that time. Basically the other dog, so Mika, my mum's dog, is a very big dog, and she was around 2 I think when we bought Bonnie. And basically she just did not like her. She turned on her. She did not want her in that house. So we obviously the next morning after buying the dog, we all had to go to work as normal and carry on as normal. But my younger brother decided that he would stay home for the day to just make sure that the dogs were okay and watch them and keep an eye on them. And luckily he was there, because Mika had dragged my poor baby into the back garden, dug a hole, and I will insert a photo now of the hole that Mika dug and put Bonnie in head first and tried to bury her alive. So basically, cut a very long story short, that all happened. There was a couple more incidents, so we decided that we had to rehome the puppy. And I'm a huge animal lover. That isn't on my list, but it definitely should be. I love animals probably more than people. So luckily my boyfriend, my fiance, no, was he my boyfriend at the time? No. My fiance at the time, my husband now, his family were kind enough to take her in and look after her and bring her up basically as one of their own. And I was so grateful for that, because the idea of having to get rid of her after I had basically kind of took her on as my own, took her up to bed with me and stuff for the first night and all that kind of stuff, and then was told that we had to get rid of her, I was like, not a chance, no we're not, Tony can have her. And I was so grateful that they actually did. And then I got to see her every weekend. I got to watch her grow up from the tiny little 6-week-old puppy to the like 2-year-old that she was when we moved in here, or however old she was when we moved in here, I don't really know. And until now, and she literally is my world. She is my best friend. I tell her all my secrets. If she could talk, I could only imagine the awful things that she would say, because she knows some pretty dark stuff. She never leaves me alone. I don't know whether it's because I feed her or whether I'm just like her favourite, but she never leaves me alone, and she literally has to be with me continuously. Hence why I can't even film in one room and her be in a separate room, because she literally has to be touching me at some point all day, which is fine. Like, I can't even go to the toilet on my own. She has to come with me, so it's basically just like having a child. But yeah, so there's the dog. And then number 6, excuse me. So for number 6, I put down that I had, oh, excuse me, that I had a brother and a sister. So I have a younger brother who is 14 and his name is Ollie. And then I have a younger sister who is 10 and her name is Megan. And this is a really tricky one because I don't live with them anymore, obviously, so I don't see them very often, really. I mean, I probably see them like twice a week, pushing it maybe, but we are very close and we text daily and things like that and whatnot. But I wanted to write that down there because I absolutely adore my brother and sister, and that's like one of the main things about me. If you know me, you know that my mum, my brother and my sister are the main 3 people that are very important to me. Obviously besides my husband and the dog and my stepdad and all these other people. So number 7, I put how old I was when I first met my boyfriend, or my husband now. So when I first met Tony, I was 14, and I basically was just in town with like a group of my friends, just chilling out in town like we always used to. And from over the distance, there was a very handsome looking, gorgeous boy stood on Town's Bridge, basically is what we call it, Town Bridge, which is just a bridge that goes like directly in the centre of town. And he was stood on one side and we were on the other side. And I said to my best friend of the time, like, who is he? He's so hot, and like we have to go over there, and I have to try and get his number, and like all this kind of stuff. And I can remember we went over there with a couple of like our friends, and we started just like chatting and stuff. And he actually, to start with, he actually got with my best friend at the time again. He actually got with her first, and then kind of a couple of weeks afterwards decided that she wasn't the right one and I was the right one. So that's a whole separate story. But I guess I had to lose a lot of friends to realise that he really was and is the man for me. So I lost all of my friends within the first kind of 6 months of being with him, but we knew that we were right for each other, so I wasn't worried in any sense. So I was 14 when I met him, and then I was 17 when I moved in with him, and then I was 21 when I got married. Now I wanted to put how old I was when I got engaged, but I can't actually remember. I think I was probably about 16. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So 14 when I met him, moved in at 17, married at 21. And then number 8, I've put that we would like to one day move to Canada. Now this is something that we actually talk about a lot, and it is something that we're very honest and very sort of like, we're being very serious when we say we want to move to Canada one day. We just think that there's a lot more over there for us. That's a whole separate video, but I'm a very country girl. I love living in England and I am very proud to be English, but I sometimes feel that you can, how do I word it? You're kind of branded a certain person when you not come from England. I'm not going to say that because that sounds really bad, but you know, we just moan about our weather and all that kind of stuff, and we do, and I hate our weather and all this kind of crap, and basically we want to move to Canada because we just think it's a beautiful country. There's a little bit more freedom there. You can kind of do certain things that you can't do here. But also it's just a nice place. It's a beautiful landmarks there. Snow, we love snow, so it snows like all the time in Canada, which is another reason that we'd like to move there. And really, we just think that it would be nice, it would be different, and why not? You never know until you try, and that's how we kind of feel about moving like to Canada, is that in like 30 years time we'd love to already be there, moved in, settled in, loving life, and you know, retire there and stuff like that. And we just think that would be really lovely. And we also think that it will be like not that tricky, not too much, because you know, as long as we save a good amount of money and we get work as soon as we get there, then we should be fine. So yeah, move to Canada is number 8 on the list. Number 9 is how many children I would like. So ideally I would like between 3 and 4 children, but to be honest with you, I would be happy with just the 1. I would be happy with 7. Yeah, I would be happy with just 1, and if I can have just 1 baby, then that will be my goal in life will be fulfilled, because my goal in life is just to be a mum and to enjoy being a mother like my mum has enjoyed being a mum to us, because she's just my inspiration for everything. So yeah. And then number 10, in 10 years time, where would I say I saw myself? So in 10 years time, I would definitely see myself in a better job, meaning I would see myself in a more profession job, so hopefully a midwife, or working just in a general hospital of some form. Also, I would like to think that we would have children in 10 years time, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, so children, be a midwife, and hopefully own our own home. We're renting at the moment and we love it here, but it's definitely not where we're going to stay forever. So we would probably buy a home in 10 years time. Yeah, so be a midwife, get a good family home and have a couple of kids. And that's it. That's my 10 facts. Pretty crap, pretty random. I probably blabbled on about a load of rubbish, but that's what I wrote, so that's what I said. So yeah, that was my video, my 10 facts about me tag. If you have any other questions that you would like to know, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. I'm not sure when I will be uploading a video next, because this weekend we're going to the beach. So I will probably vlog, maybe, the beach trip, and then that will be uploaded on Sunday. If not, I will let you guys know in my Instagram what I'm filming, so if you just keep an eye on my Instagram. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click the bell in the corner so you never miss a video, and until next time guys, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!